Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and I, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML and MSP in Queens, NY, offering network management, VoIP and UCAS, cybersecurity, compliance, IAS, cloud, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you. You've brought us this source material for a deep dive today, specifically into, well, the quite unsettling rise of automated cybercrime. Using new AI platforms that seem to lack the usual safety nets we expect, we're zeroing in on one specific platform, Venice.ai.
That's right. And in this deep dive, our mission is really to get under the hood, understand what these platforms are, see how cybercriminals are actually misusing them right now, and unpack why this is, well, a particularly sharp threat for small and mid-sized businesses. And crucially, walk through the practical, actionable steps you can take, right away to safeguard your organization.
Okay, let's get into it. We hear AI this, AI that, but Venice.ai sounds, different somehow. What exactly is it, and what makes it more concerning than, say, the AI tools we're used to hearing about?
Right. So Venice.ai is presented as this cutting-edge AI platform. The angle is uncensored access, focused on privacy. It's built using some really potent open-source models, things like DeepSeek R1, 671B, Llama 3.14 or 5B. Technically, it's quite advanced.
Okay, powerful models.
Right.
Initially, that sounds like it could have legitimate uses.
It could, but here's the twist, the thing that makes it a problem. The absolute core difference and the major concern is that unlike the big players Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, Venice.ai deliberately doesn't enforce moderation, no usage restrictions. So if you prompt it to write malware code or whip up a really convincing phishing email or create scripts for shady stuff, it won't stop you. It does it.
So it's AI with no conscience, basically, no built-in ethics filter. And you mentioned privacy as a feature. How does that play in?
Exactly. No guardrails. And yes, it promotes this privacy-first setup. It runs locally, right on your own computer. And crucially, it stores no chat data centrally. Now, that sounds good for user privacy, right?
Yeah, it sounds appealing.
But from a security perspective, it's a nightmare. No stored data means effectively no way to track what someone's doing, no audit trail, no way to control usage or investigate if someone uses it to, say, develop an attack. It basically leaves no trace of the malicious generation itself.
Ah, okay. No logs, zero oversight, and it'll create harmful stuff on demand. That lack of traceability is... Yeah, that's deeply concerning. So this isn't just theory then. Cybercriminals are actually picking up tools like this.
Oh, absolutely. It's not hypothetical. Security researchers are seeing platforms like Venice.ai being discussed, shared, and actively used in underground forums. This is happening right now.
And what are they doing with it? What kinds of attacks is this uncensored AI actually helping them build?
Well, the examples are pretty specific and frankly quite alarming. We're seeing it used to generate full working code for different malware types. Keyloggers to steal passwords and data, ransomware to lock up your files, even backdoors for persistent access into network.
Actual functional malware code, just like that.
Just like that. And it's not just code. They're using it to write really good phishing emails. Emails that look perfectly legitimate, mimicking brands, using persuasive language. Stuff designed specifically to slip past the usual email filters. And beyond that, creating automation tools. Think scripts for pulling out large amounts of data automatically, scanning networks for weak spots, or even tools designed to sneak past antivirus software.
Huh. So it's basically like giving cybercriminals, even the less skilled ones, script kiddies. Maybe a super powerful toolkit on easy mode.
That's a good way to put it. It makes AI-powered cybercrime much faster to pull off. Cheaper because you need less human expertise, and potentially more effective because you have this powerful AI doing the heavy lifting with, again, no restrictions and no real way to trace its use back.
Okay, this sounds like a massive problem for big companies, governments. But you said it's a particular risk for small businesses. Why specifically them? Why should, the owner of a local shop or a growing firm be extra worried about this?
That's a really important point. SMBs are often more vulnerable, and here's why. First, you likely don't have a big, dedicated security team just watching for these brand new, evolving threats, right?
Right, probably not. Maybe one IT person, or they rely on an MSP.
Exactly. And your employees, they might just be totally unaware these tools even exist, let alone how dangerous they can be. Plus, small businesses rely so heavily on email, cloud services, maybe remote access for employees.
Yeah, the bread and butter of operations.
And those are the prime targets for these automated attacks, the phishing, the malware delivery. But there's also an internal risk, and tools like Venice.ai make it worse. Because they're easy to get and run locally, an employee might use one without thinking.
How so?
Maybe they paste some sensitive customer info into an unapproved AI tool just to summarize it quickly, not realizing where that data goes or if it's logged. Or they click a link generated by one of these tools thinking it's helpful and accidentally install something nasty. Even unintentionally, they could bypass policies or expose data.
Okay, so it's external attacks becoming easier and this heightened internal risk from using these unregulated tools. Given all that, what can businesses actually do? The source material had some practical steps, right?
It did, yes. The approach needs to be proactive. It's about visibility, knowing what's happening, governance, setting rules, and training your people. So first step, really strengthen your email security.
Oh.
Use advanced threat protection. Things like Microsoft Defender for 365, maybe. Tools that actively scan emails and links for malicious stuff. And this is critical. Implement email authentication. DMR, ASCII, SPF, and DKIM.
Right, DMR, EM, SPF, DKIM, I've heard those terms. Can you quickly break down what they do?
Sure. Think of them like ID checks for email. SPF tells the world which servers are allowed to send email from your domain. DKIM adds a digital signature, kind of like a seal, proving the email hasn't been tampered with. And DMRC is the policy. It tells receiving servers what to do if an email fails those SPF or DKIM checks, like reject it or put it in spam. Put together, they make it much harder for attackers using AI to fake your email address or impersonate others to trick your employees.
Okay, essential email hygiene, basically. Got it. What else?
Next is robust endpoint protection. We're past basic antivirus now. You really need a managed antivirus, or even better, an endpoint detection and response solution. EDR.
EDR. How's that different from regular antivirus?
Well, traditional antivirus mostly looks for known threats, like matching file signatures. EDR is smarter. It looks for suspicious behavior. So if some new AI-generated script starts acting like malware, trying to encrypt files, contact weird servers, steal data, even if it's never been seen before, the EDR can spot that malicious activity and shut it down. And alongside EDR, you should really look at enforcing zero trust policies.
Zero trust. Sounds a bit intense. What does that mean practically for a smaller company?
It just means never trust. Always verify. Don't assume a user or device is safe just because it's inside your network. Strictly control who can access what application and what data. So even if malware does get onto a machine, zero trust can severely limit the damage it can do by restricting what it can run or access.
Okay, verify everything, limit access, that makes sense. And the human element, you mentioned training.
Oh, absolutely vital. Your people are often the first line of defense, but also a potential weak link. You have to provide regular cybersecurity awareness training and make sure it covers these newer AI threats, like those super convincing phishing emails. Running phishing simulations, sending safe, fake phishing emails to your staff is also key. It helps them practice spotting the real thing.
Train them, test them, keep security top of mind. What about stopping employees using tools like Venice.ai internally?
That's where AI governance comes in. You need clear written policies. State explicitly which AI tools are company approved and which ones are banned. Maybe even name tools like Venice.ai specifically. Then you need the tech to back it up. Monitoring or blocking unapproved apps, maybe using your firewall or endpoint tools. And again, education. Explain why using these unvetted tools is risky, both for the business and potentially for them personally if they mishandled data.
Right. Clear rules, the tools to enforce them, and making sure everyone understands the risks. Any final piece of advice?
Yeah, definitely review and update your incident response plan. Things can happen fast with AI-generated attacks. Does everyone know exactly what to do if they suspect a breach? Who do they call? What are the immediate steps? And honestly, partnering with a good managed service provider, an MSP like CDML who understands these threats, can be invaluable. They can help implement these defenses, test your plan, and be there when you need them.
So, really, Venice.ai is kind of a wake-up call. It shows the incredible power of AI, but also the serious danger when those guardrails are removed, especially for smaller businesses that might not have huge security teams.
Exactly that. It's a technological milestone, sure, but also a stark security warning. Understanding both sides of that coin is absolutely crucial for navigating the landscape ahead.
Till next time.